The population aged 65 and older increased from 39.6 million in 2009 to 54.1 million in 2019, a 36% increase, and is projected to reach 94.7 million in 2060. People no longer want to heal or hospice from an injury or a disease in the hospitals or in urgent care. They want to do it at home. But the question becomes, how do they find good quality care? With that demographics growing every single year, it's important for us who want to service that community to be able to find out diligently what that community needs. Today, I have demographics that I feel is vitally important to this growing population. And it just so happens that these individuals have been helping me on my journey as a brand new owner of Human Ties Home Healthcare Services. My agency is to service those communities that are underrepresented, and I wanted to be able to bring a couple on that can speak to that demographics. So let's jump into it and let's hear from Sly and Evelyn Moore, my next door neighbors who represent the demographics that I wish to serve. Thank you so much for coming today. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great today.
You're doing all right. I know it's a little trek to come right across here. I hope that wasn't too far of a journey. You're looking very elegant today. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir. You must be a lucky guy, huh?
Hey,
right? Can you tell me how long you guys been married?
In 3 months, it'll be how many years?
58 years.
58 years.
Yes, sir.
What was the key to your successful marriage?
Compromise.
Compromise.
And
You say compromise, and you say?
being able to reach his heart and not his head.
Mm-hmm.
And wake up every day looking at what's strong and not what's wrong.
What do you say to that, sir?
I agree.
You agree with that? You agree with that? Oh, you've learned over the years.
I learned over the years
To say, I agree.
I agree.
All right, so before we talk about home health care, I want to ask you guys a couple questions. So we're going to jump in with a couple, icebreakers, right?
Okay.
All right, so let's start with, and I'm going to, start easy, and I'm going to work my way down to you to be a little harder, all right? All right, so let's start with introduce yourself, and maybe just share one good thing about you've experienced, you've done to date, in your past, whatever.
I'm Sylvester Moore. Everyone calls me Sly.
What's going on, Sly? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, well, over the years, I've been rather easy to live with. And what I normally do is you listen more than you talk.
Okay.
And when you listen more, it gives you a chance to understand what the other person is saying without you emotionally reacting right off the bat. So that's to me, that's a good thing.
Thank you, sir. Madam, same question to you. Introduce yourself and share one good thing you've done, you've experienced, or shared.
In my life or in my marriage?
Should we ask Sly which one?
No,
Okay.
I'm Evelyn Moore, and Sylvester Moore is my husband again. And one of the things that I've experienced in my life is I've never known a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has been so easy that I wake up every day thanking God that He is in my life.
Okay.
And I also wake up every day trying to pour this blessing into someone else's hands.
Which I thank you very much. So we'll get to that a little bit. I've adopted y'all as my family, but
Yes.
you go ahead.
I'm your mom.
Yeah.
I'm your second mom.
My second mom, absolutely. Okay. What animal best represents you today and why?
I think a jaguar.
A jaguar.
Yeah. A jaguar is alone, but he takes everything in and considers exactly what he needs to do.
Okay.
So I do the same thing. I don't dance to everybody's tune. I dance to my own tune.
Okay.
And it is a allowed me to be successful in my working life and in my marriage life and private life. So I think I replicate a Jaguar.
A Jaguar.
Right.
Ain't because the Jaguar slide.
No, it's because...
That's a perfect answer. You didn't go PCO because your wife here, right?
No.
Okay, Jaguar.
A Jaguar.
That's what it is.
Because the Jaguar he's alone and he does what he wants to do.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
Miss Evelyn Moore, you tell me what animal best represents you today and why?
I think a camel.
A camel, okay.
Because a camel can take you any place, regardless to.
No, I'm gonna say you do me with the camel. Mom. Camel, okay. Let me hear you out. Go ahead, okay.
Camel.
Okay.
Because a camel can get you any place.
Mm-hmm.
And they can lie down, fall down on their knees, and I think they're praying. Because they can do it and jump right back up and walk through the desert with you and get you to wherever
The harsh conditions too, right?
Absolutely.
Right. They need very little water. So I get that piece of it.
And I consider myself part camel.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm able to do that for other people. And even my husband tell me, there isn't a person that I cannot interact with.
That's true.
It doesn't matter
That's
who
true.
they are. I don't have to even
Fair
know
enough.
who they are.
Fair enough.
And they come to me just automatically.
I adopted you as my mom, so you see how that worked itself out.
I'm telling you, and it works.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, fam. All right. What's the best piece of advice you've had or ever given? You've had or ever given. Best piece of advice.
I think don't make up your mind before you see the total picture.
Mm-hmm.
Wait until you get there, then you decide what you need to do, and then just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even think about it beforehand. Don't worry about it. Once you get in it, decide what you need to do, and then do it.
Okay. Ms. Moore.
I took mine from one of our Supreme Court justices.
Okay.
It's been a while back that he was a Supreme Court justice. But even a dog can distinguish between being kicked and being stumbled over.
Uh-huh.
Because if you kick him, he's going to bite you.
Right.
But if you stumble over him, it's
Right.
okay.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. And that's how I feel about situations.
I see. Great wisdom, and I thank you guys very much for rocking in there. All right, so don't put the intro. Let's get to some meat, though.
Okay.
Right. What I really appreciate, because you've been with this journey with me in terms of opening up this home healthcare business, Human Ties, since the very beginning.
Yes.
And you knew my mom passed in 2019, right before COVID, and then I went right into thinking, like, what could I do? What could I have done during the time, prior to when she didn't have a chance to heal or hospice at home and was in the hospital? I couldn't find culturally an organization that I felt would service my mom the way they needed. And I'm in the healthcare field, so I decided, maybe I would open up a business that would do that in the future. It's taken 2 or 3 years, but I'm happy to say that I finally received approval from the California Department of Public Health for my Human Ties Home Healthcare Services Agency, and I'm looking to launch. But I also wanted family, friends, people who didn't really know me to understand why I'm doing this, the purpose behind that, and the reason why I need your help. So let's get into, you've known this from the beginning, right? I have 4 questions to ask you, and as I said, it's going to get in increasing complexity as we move along. I'll ask you 2 easy softball questions, but then we'll move into it a little later on. And I want you to share this in the context of knowing who I am, why I started this business, and why, now that I'm seeking funding for my organization, what do you think my purpose and mission is behind that? So, first question, and I don't care who goes first.
Okay.
Probably ladies first, right?
You can go first.
All right. How much more does the quality of healthcare matter to you as you age? How much more does the quality of healthcare matter to you as you age?
As I age, I think health care is more important to me because as we get older, you suffer a lot of age-related illness.
Okay.
And I think those things need to be addressed by someone that you can relate to.
Okay.
As an example, when I go to the doctor, my blood pressure is elevated.
Okay.
Always, I can't explain why. But at home, it's normal.
Uh-huh.
So being out there in an environment that's not comfortable to you, a doctor or healthcare profession thinks otherwise, think
Okay.
that this is normal.
Right.
When it's not. At home, it's totally different.
Is there an inherent fear there of, let's call it what it is, African Americans going to the doctor, right? Do we have it? Some talk to us.
When you go to the doctor, the majority of the doctors are not of your ethnicity.
Okay.
And number one, that it's difficult to relate to.
Okay.
If I go to someone who is my ethnicity, then it's more, it's not emotional, but
Right.
I can relate to them
Okay.
better. But see, trying to explain to someone who's not of your ethnicity, of your environment, sometimes they read it totally wrong.
Uh-huh.
And that doesn't help.
Because it's just by the book for them sometimes,
It's
right?
just by
Right.
the book.
But
And
there's other aspects that factor into it. Your
Exactly.
environment, your culture, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And see, if I speak to someone who is of my ethnicity,
Sure.
they understand
Mm-hmm.
a lot better than someone who's not.
Okay.
So it's like at home, I'm more comfortable
Okay.
and things are normal.
Okay.
I don't get very emotional.
Right.
It's better.
And it allows you to focus on
Exactly.
the target at hand, right?
Exactly.
I don't have anxiety plus the illness or injury I'm trying to heal, right?
Correct.
Right. Miss Moore, same question for you. How much more does the quality of healthcare become important to you as you age?
It becomes extremely important because I'm not sure what may happen later on, and I want to make sure that I have someone, again, like he's saying, that can identify certain aspects of me that
Sure.
have nothing to do with what's going on inside of me.
Okay.
Because you have to be able to talk to the person and understand from their perspective, and then what they're going through physically,
Mm-hmm.
or even mentally or emotionally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And often we don't see that. I purposely asked for someone that, again, was black,
Okay.
African American if you choose.
Okay.
And fortunately, I've been able to have two primary physicians. I've only had 3 in almost 50 years,
Okay.
and 2 of them have been black.
What does that do to see someone that looks like you, that's caring for you in the same quality way?
They also understand some of the aspects of what we're going through emotionally.
Okay.
Just like he's saying, going in just to have your blood pressure checked. They come from a place that you feel comfortable, and the white coat syndrome doesn't come into play.
Right. I was well.
And for me, you know, I will even ask,
Right.
can you have someone of a different ethnicity that can take my blood pressure?
Sure.
Because when I'm at home, it's 123/67.
Okay.
116.
So environment seems, I'm sorry.
Sure, and my primary physician knows that. That's why she respected the fact that when they had the drive-through
Sure.
taking it, she saw that it was very low compared to when I come in.
Okay.
And one person at one time even said to me, well, I don't understand that. How in the world could you think that just because you come in here? And I'm like, I'm not the person to say that to, because I took it straight to the customer service. I certainly did, and they asked me repeatedly. JD Power sends me so many things to do surveys on. I just had one last week.
Right.
Because they want me. You can't just check and answer yes for this or 10 for that. They want me to answer with statements.
Okay.
And I certainly do.
Sure.
And I do it from a different perspective. And they know it.
So environment matters a lot then, right?
Environment matters.
I mean, environment matters
greatly.
a lot, right?
Yes.
So there's multiple things involved. Of course, you want someone that's qualified, right?
Sure,
I want to make sure
absolutely.
that's clear, because sometimes people distinguish. I don't want folks to think that, oh, we only looking for individuals that look like us.
No.
Well,
No.
that's an aspect of it. We want them to be qualified in that aspect or field, right?
Yes.
Right. Absolutely. But the environment and understanding us culturally also is vitally important.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
is.
Question number 2. How does comfort and convenience fit into your decision to hospice at home or opposed to being at a hospital? How does your comfort and convenience fit into your decision to heal or hospice at home or the hospital?
Well, I think I'm more comfortable being at home than any place else.
Okay.
Going outside of home, I think for anyone, you're not going to feel as comfortable in that setting regardless. And it's just more comfortable at home when you can get out of the bed and sit there and look out the window at the ocean or whatever you want to look out at trees.
Sure.
It's much more comfortable, and I think you end up healing faster by being in that type of environment, regardless of what it is, because it's happened to me. I've had that happen where I've been able to come home and within a week, again, I was back up. I fell at work and broke my knee and never missed a day.
Right.
I went after work and had it taken care of and came back the next day because I was at home the evening with my husband's assistance with everything. And when he's needed something, he had my assistance at all times. And I'm better a nurse practitioner than anybody that I've been to.
That's correct.
That's the kind of love that you can't manufacture, right?
That's right.
That's built, right?
Costco
Trust.
doesn't sell that.
Right. Talk to me, Sly.
I've never spent any time in the hospital.
Okay.
I've had sisters and friends that spent time in the hospital, and none of them really enjoy being there.
Right.
They have no choice, and the thing that really gets me is that they do better when they come home than in the in that environment.
Right.
So I'm lucky, knock on wood, that I've never had to spend any time in the hospital.
But you at least notice family, friends, loved ones.
Yes.
That how they seem to have a tendency to heal better when they're at home.
Right.
But the question always becomes, what about the quality of care being rendered by individuals that look like us? Is there ever concern that you might not get the same quality of care of individuals that look like us? I mean, let's be honest.
Well, no, there's not, because there's a cultural communication that's easy.
Okay.
You can relate, and they can relate to what you're talking about, especially at my age.
Okay.
So that makes it a lot better than speaking to someone who's not of your culture and background.
Because you automatically have anxiety up front, right? Whether I know you are not right or wrong, just your appearance gives me anxiety in this kind of setting.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's better when you're around someone who understands your background, your culture, and it makes it easy. It makes it a lot easier for you to communicate.
Understood.
Together.
Thank you, sir.
And we just had that with one of my sisters, was in the hospital, and she too was saying the same thing, that when someone that was of her race came in, one of the nurses. She felt better and she felt calmer and her blood pressure went down.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just recent.
Sure.
And they started talking about how to cook black eyed peas. And she told them, she
Something
said,
relatable, right?
Right.
she said, well, my sister, meaning me,
Yeah.
she cooks hers now, not with just in water, she cooks it in chicken broth.
Uh-huh.
She said, you need to try chicken broth.
Okay.
And the nurse was saying, girl, hey, I'm gonna do that, baby, before you get out of here. So everything changed for her.
Okay.
Her blood pressure went down.
Sure.
She stopped having as much pain as she was having.
Okay.
So I can totally understand what you're saying,
Mhm.
and because we've experienced it with
Sure.
our family members.
Sure.
And I just thought about that did happen with her.
Well, thank you. Now we get to the, those are softball questions, right? Right. Now we need to get a little greasy with it, right? Culturally, qualified people that look like you, does that matter? People that understand your demographics, does that matter? People that may have experienced things that you've experienced as you've grown up, does that matter? Why do you think I embody, from knowing me just for 4 years, but being my neighbor, let's call it what it is, right?
Yeah.
You know I wanted to start this home healthcare business from the beginning.
Right.
Yes.
Why do you think that I'm qualified to do so?
Well, you understand me. You culturally have the same pluses and minuses that I do. And for me to communicate with you it's much easier because you understand and I understand. And which makes everything a lot easier to explain, feel, relate to,
Yes.
explain exactly what's going on, and it's much easier because someone who is not of our culture, they see it totally different.
Okay.
And see, they
In what way? In what way? Let me challenge you. In what way?
Well, as an example, someone who is of different ethnicity say, well, that shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is.
Right.
So, right there, we hitting a roadblock.
You're gonna tell me what's real is not, right?
Yeah, right. And
I can see it right there, right?
Exactly. And
Okay.
see, the thing is that you understand, and I understand, and what our background is matters.
Okay.
And that, once we get past that, then everything else become easy. But relating to someone who is not of your cultural background, they don't understand. They figure that, oh, that's not supposed to be, when it is.
Mm-hmm.
So right there, that's a roadblock.
I'm humble, sir. I think I thank you, but I understand too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Moore,
Well,
quality, cultural people that look like you, people that sound and understand your demographics. We talked a lot about that earlier on, why that matters.
But I was really proud.
About me, why?
And you wanted to
Yeah, why me?
do this
Right. Okay.
and to not start something and then drop it because you
Okay.
found some other job that was paying more and all of this was happening. You, to me, was living a life that's called replicatable. And others will see this, your sons, neighbors, whomever, will see this life that you are leading and how they can do it also because it's replicatable. And I'm very proud of you
Thank you.
because
Thank you.
you never
Thank you.
let
Thank you.
anything go. This could have just boiled you down with all of,
Because the
especially
pandemic
this
was
long.
crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
I
I've been
know.
waiting like how years, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
didn't give up. You did not give up, and I'm very proud of you for that. And I'm really proud also that you have included us in many of the decisions because you have a level of trust and respect for what we have done in the past to get where we are.
Yeah.
And now you're in a place to start doing some of the things that we've done and helping other people of our same
I just need a little help. I need help with launching my. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, because I know when people, because I will be asking at the end of our thing, you know, for you to go to my GoFundMe and help me be able to launch Human Ties, home healthcare services in Southern California, in the 8 counties that I'm now approved to be able to, finally, after 3 or 4 years, I think it's been 4 years, 4 years.
Yes.
Been waiting, going through California, which is one of the most complex systems that we currently have here to get approved in. But I've got an African American doctor, I've got a Latina nurse and another African American nurse who are heading up my team, looking to be able to service in our communities going forward. So I just am blessed and thanks to have individuals right next door who have believed in my goal and my mission. And, so I wanted just to thank you for taking just the time out to like honestly share with family, friends, new people that are coming aboard. What is one thing you would want to leave with individuals who are thinking about donating to my Human Ties home healthcare services, brand new approval and launching here in Southern California? What would you want to tell them, and when they're thinking about donating to my cause?
Well, one thing that they will be grateful for is that it's going to impact others in such a way that they can leave information for their relatives who are younger and the next generation.
Absolutely.
And they will learn how to take care of all of this in such a wonderful way, and it will educate them. And that's what is very important as well. We're not just doing this just because it's being with ethnicities and this, we also want to educate as we move
Absolutely.
on. Right. And we want them to learn from the examples that we set. Especially, I'm still waiting, I just can't wait to meet the people that are going to be working for you.
I know.
And I even shared with them that I want to make sure I meet them.
Bring the team out, right? So.
Yes, I would love to meet them, to share some things with them, so they too will become replicatable. Because once the ship sails, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it happen.
That's right.
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Thank you, sir.
Slide, talk to me. Why me, man? Why would you donate to my cause, right? Why?
Just to reflect, I grew up in the South.
Okay.
And in the South, even though I came out here when I was 13 years old, I can remember doctors that came to your house.
Okay.
I mean, I remember that back from South Carolina.
Okay.
And to me, that's the best form of healthcare that you can have, because you're in your own environment, you're speaking with someone who understands your background, your culture, what pressures you live under, the whole bit. And that makes it a lot better for you and the doctor. To me, it's something that I want to see you succeed in, because I always say it's better to give than receive.
Yeah, thank you.
And to me, I will back that no matter how long I live.
Yeah, you got to know my purpose.
I know your purpose.
You know my mission.
Yes.
It's to service our community, those underrepresented, underserved communities that don't have the same quality of health care, administer them at home.
Yes.
Some of us just want to heal in our own home, in our own environment, with people that look like us, that understand our cause or mission. That's my purpose by launching Human Ties home healthcare services. That's why I need your help. I have 8 counties where the demographics of our people are underserved, and I am determined to make sure that I provide the best quality care. But I need your help. Please, if you in your heart feel it's important for you to support my cause, like I have my wonderful neighbors do, please go hit the GoFundMe. It's in my tab below. The link is there. Please donate whatever your heart feels. Any amount doesn't matter to me. I'll accept pennies, dimes, and I don't care. All of it counts, right?
Right.
Yes.
Everything counts. I know what that means to come from there, right?
Yes.
I turn down all money counts, right?
That's right.
They say all money ain't good money, but in this case, though, I need what I can do. So anything you can donate and help would be greatly appreciated. I love y'all. Human Ties, Home Healthcare Services. I like to always end with our hands together,
Yes.
right? This is what the ties that bind us. I thank you guys. I love you.